guys, I hope you had a nice week and welcome back to the class. Hello ma'am, chị mong rằng mọi người có một tuần thật là vui vẻ và chào mừng đến với buổi listening và speaking online thứ 5 nha. So let's take a quick revision. In Unit 4, we have gone through vocab related to music, which are theater, rạp hát, stage, sân khấu, instruments, nhạc cụ, drums, bộ trống, violin, đàn violon, recorder, một loại sáo, audience, khán giả, and cheer, cổ vũ. Besides that, we also got to know a little bit about simple past tense, thì quá khứ. So when we want to tell something that happened in the past, we will add ed at the back of a regular verb. For example, chummed, played, cooked, danced. For have and has, we will change them into had, and for verb be, we will use was when our subject is singular, and were when our subjects are plural. Then for today's lesson, we will be heading to Unit 5, the Dinosaur Museum. Let's get it together. This is the agenda for Unit 5. Firstly, we will look through some new words, and you can find them on page 36, Family and Friends 5. Secondly, we will continue to study another section of simple past tense. Next, we're gonna perform a role play, and the script is on page 36. A listening practice will come after that, and finally, we'll have a short revision to end this unit. So now please open your textbook to page 36. You'll see our vocab at the top of the page. And these are our first two words. Now look on your left. You can see lots of big animals. They were extinct about 66 million years ago. Rồi thì các em nhìn vào hình bên trái nha. Chúng ta có thể thấy là những sinh vật này rất là to lớn. Chúng đã tuyệt chủng từ khoảng 66 triệu năm trước rồi. Chị nghĩ mọi người đều biết đó là khủng long đúng không? Vậy thì các em có biết khủng long trong tiếng Anh được gọi là gì không? Chúng được gọi là dinosaurs. Then look at the picture on your right. You can see an angry dinosaur. Isn't it scary? Và sau đó thì nhìn ở hình bên phải, tụi em sẽ thấy một con khủng long đang rất là giận dữ. So, what is scary? In Vietnamese, scary is đáng sợ. So, guys, please repeat after me. Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. Scary. Scary. Next, in the first picture, we can see a place called museum. So, what is museum? Museum is a place that exhibits or displays work of art or objects that exist through history. Museum là viện bảo tàng, nơi mà các em thấy là sẽ trưng bày những tác phẩm nghệ thuật hoặc là hiện vật của lịch sử. So that's museum. Then in the next picture, you can see a fake dinosaur being displayed in a museum. Hình bên cạnh các em sẽ thấy bảo tàng có trưng bày một cái mô hình của khủng long. Vậy thì mô hình trong tiếng Anh được gọi như thế nào ta? Nó là model. Okay, everyone please repeat after me. Museum. Museum. Models. Models. Okay, moving on to these new pictures. In the first one, you can see a character panicking. She is also screaming. Thì hình đầu tiên chúng ta sẽ thấy nhân vật này đang la hét. Vậy thì chúng ta có scream là la hét. And look on your right. You can see a little lion
roaring on a cliff. Các em sẽ thấy hình ảnh của một con sư tử nhỏ đang gầm gừ trên vách núi. So roar means gầm gừ. Then I want you to repeat after me. Scream. Scream. Roar. Roar. And last but not least, in this slide you can see two pictures with contrasting images. One represents life and one represents death. Ở slide này thì các em thấy chúng ta có hai bức hình đối lập nhau. Một cái tượng trưng cho sự sống, còn cái còn lại thì tượng trưng cho cái chết. Vậy thì chúng ta gọi một vật đang sống như thế nào nhỉ? Mình có thể nói that flower is alive. Bông hoa đó còn sống. Còn với hình bên kia thì chúng ta có thể nói là that flower is dead. Bông hoa đó đã chết hoặc là đã héo rồi. Again, please repeat after me. Alive. Alive. Dead. Dead. Now let's move on to the second session of this unit, which is irregular verbs and negative sentence. You can find it on page 37 in your textbook. Firstly, we have our irregular verbs, động từ bất quy tắc. So, in past tense, ở trong thì quá khứ, there are certain verbs that we don't add ed behind it, but change them into whole new words. Thì có những động từ mà chúng ta sẽ không thêm ed vào cuối, mà mình sẽ đổi nguyên một động từ đó thành một từ khác luôn. Nó được gọi là irregular verb, động từ bất quy tắc. So, on the screen, I'm showing you some examples of irregular verbs. So, in past tense, we will change go into went, buy into bought, eat into ate, can into could, or can't into couldn't, know into knew, make into made, see into saw, think into thought, wear into wore, and finally write into wrote. Thì các em nhớ là phải chép lại những từ này vào trong tập và phải học thuộc nha, vì nó sẽ không có một cái quy tắc nhất định nào để mà chúng ta có thể áp dụng được đâu. Let's move on to negative sentence in past tense. Câu phủ định trong thì quá khứ đơn. So, when we want to deny something in the past, we will add didn't or did not to our sentence and the verb will be changed from past form to verb bear. Thì khi mà mình muốn phủ nhận một việc xảy ra trong quá khứ thì chúng ta sẽ thêm didn't hoặc là did not vào câu và động từ sẽ là động từ thường. Nghĩa là không cần thêm ed hoặc là thay đổi gì cả. Thì trên đây chỉ có cấu trúc là subject plus didn't hoặc là did not plus verb bear plus object, là chủ ngữ cộng với didn't hoặc là did not cộng với động từ thường và object. Thì sau đây là một vài ví dụ cho một câu này. They went to the playground yesterday. Thì để phủ nhận nó, mình sẽ nói là they didn't go to the playground yesterday. Thì ở đây các em sẽ thấy là chúng ta thêm didn't vào và cái chữ went, động từ went ở trên đây, nó sẽ chuyển về thành go là một động từ thường. So the next example is he ate lots of chocolates this afternoon. If we want to deny that, we'll have he didn't eat lots of chocolates this afternoon. And the next example,
Chloe knew the way to go to her new school. We have Chloe didn't know the way to go to her new school. Thirdly, we have a quick role play to practice our speaking. Please open the book to page 36 and you can find the scripts there. Các em mở sách ra trang 36 giúp chị nha, sẽ có phần lời thoại nằm ở đó. So here is the script for this session. As usual, I'll read the scripts first to make sure you know how to pronounce all the words correctly. Then we're gonna take turns to read it together. Như mọi khi thì chị sẽ đọc qua một lần trước để làm mẫu nha, rồi sau đó mình sẽ đọc cùng nhau. Here we go. We didn't go to school today. We went to the dinosaur museum. It was fun. Oh, great! What did you do there? I bought this dinosaur model. We saw dinosaur bones, and we learned all about how dinosaurs lived. Wow, that sounds really interesting. But then something scary happened. Yes, we all screamed. Why? What happened? Suddenly, one of the dinosaurs roared really loudly. I thought it was alive, and I screamed. Alive? Yes, but the dinosaur wasn't alive. It was a model. So that's what the script would sound like. Now let's read it together. We didn't go to school today. We went to the dinosaur museum. It was fun. I bought this dinosaur model. And we learned all about how dinosaurs lived. But then something scary happens. Why? What happened? Alive? So that's it. Well done, guys. So now let's jump right into our last session, listening practice. You can do it. So now please listen to the audio and fill
Listen
in the
and
missing
look.
blanks.
There is one
Let's
example.
begin.
Good morning, children. I'm going to go somewhere very exciting next week. Ask me some questions about what I'm going to do, then write down what I say. Okay, who wants to ask me something? Then write down what I say.
Hey, Miss Baker, can I ask a question?
Sure. So Daisy, what's your question?
So, where are you going to go, Miss Baker?
Well, I'm going to go to my favorite city, New York.
Can you see the answer? Now you listen and write.
That sounds so cool. What are you gonna do in New York?
Good question. There's a lot to do in New York. I'm going to visit a museum because I love history.
And where are you going to stay?
I'm going to stay in a lovely hotel really near to the park.
And what's the name of the hotel?
Well, it's called the Center Hotel.
Is that spelt C-E-N-T-E-R?
That's right. Did you know it's quite expensive to stay there?
Really? So, who's gonna go with you?
I'm going to go with my sister. I always go on holiday with her. Any more questions?
Yeah. How long are you going to stay in New York, Miss Baker?
Well, I'm going to go from Monday to Sunday, so that's 6 days. Anything else?
And are you gonna drive to New York?
No, I don't have a car, so I'm going to go by train.
Now listen to this part again.
That sounds so cool. What are you gonna do in New York?
There's a lot to do in New York. I'm going to visit a museum because I love history.
And where are you going to stay?
I'm going to stay in a lovely hotel really near to the park.
And what's the name of the hotel?
Well, it's called the Center Hotel.
Is that spelt C-E-N-T-E-R?
That's right. Did you know it's quite expensive to stay there?
Really? So, who's gonna go with you?
I'm going to go with my sister. I always go on holiday with her. Any more questions?
Yeah. How long are you going to stay in New York, Miss Baker?
Well, I'm going to go from Monday to Sunday, so that's 6 days. Anything else?
And are you gonna drive to New York?
No, I don't have a car, so I'm going to go by train.
That is the end of this part.
So let's go through the answers together. For number 1, they are going to visit the museum. Next, the hotel name is the Center Hotel. For the third line, she will go with her sister. Next, the trip will take 6 days, and they are traveling by train. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Thank you for your efforts. Before we say goodbye, let's just have a quick review. It won't take too long. So in the first session, we have gone through some new vocab, which are museum, phím bảo tàng, models, mô hình, dinosaurs, khủng long, scary, đáng sợ, scream, la hét, roar, gầm gừ, alive, còn sống, and dead, đã chết. Next, we also got to know about irregular verbs, động từ bất quy tắc. So, in past tense, there are certain verbs that don't follow the ed rule. We cannot add ed behind them. We can just change them into whole new words. For example, we can change go into went, write into wrote, buy into bought, etc. And when we want to deny something in the past, we need to add didn't or did not to our sentence with verb bear. Khi mà chúng ta muốn phủ nhận một việc trong quá khứ thì các em nhớ mình sẽ thêm vào câu didn't hoặc là did not và theo sau là một động từ thường nha. Vậy là xong rồi đó. That is the end of our lesson today. I hope you have fun studying. Please complete the homework we gave you online, and I'll see you next time. Bye!